Hello friends, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis, where I am journeying through my 40s, and y'all, I'm working so hard to get my poop in a group. Sometimes it shows, and other times I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. It's been a day. It's already been a day. It's 2:40. Normally I film these videos in the mornings, but it's the afternoon. Welcome to those of you who are new. This is going to be a financial health journey video. I also do physical and mental health videos. Today is Friday, February the 9th, and I am going to be budgeting out the money that you see above my head, $1,187.58. And I am going to be doing that in the app that you see behind me. This is an app called YNAB Budget. We call it YNAB for short. And this is a fantastic way to digitally cash stuff your money if you are a digital budgeter like I am myself. I do also write down my budgets in the budget by paycheck method by the Budget Mom. This is a way that I plan out my budgets, but then to actually track them, I use YNAB both on my laptop, and then I also use the app in my phone. I was planning to make this video this morning. I normally make these videos in the mornings, and I woke up to my neighbor calling because she had a burst pipe in her house. It's not even cold. I don't know what caused her pipe to burst. She's a single mom. She has two little boys, and she called Nathan, who I heard talking to her. He's my roommate. So I could hear him through the wall, and talking to her, and then he like ran out to go help her shut the water off. So then, of course, I got dressed and ran over there to see what I could do. I couldn't do anything, so I went and got everybody smoothies because moral support was all I could provide. But then by the time I got back, it was time for everybody to go to work, and I couldn't really do anything. So that just threw my whole day off. Also, bought smoothies because giving is my love language, and that's what I ended up doing this morning, is just buying coffee and smoothies for people while they tried to fix a problem. I don't have an update. I have no idea what happened, but hopefully she is able to get that taken care of. I know they got the water off. I know the kids got to school. I'm going to see, I know she had to go to work, so hopefully they're able to get everything worked out with the insurance and everything for her. But hopefully, I don't know. Not my problem, but she's my neighbor slash friend, so hopefully they're able to get that fixed. Anyway, that threw my whole morning off, and then I've been working, and it's busy. But tomorrow is my girls' day to go watch Argyle, so I'm excited. I did watch it last weekend. I enjoyed it. I know it's not getting really good reviews, and I can see their points, but I did enjoy it. I did hear it's like what did I hear? It's like a spy movie for wine moms, and I was like, okay, I'm the target audience. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I could see where some things could be cut from it, but honestly, if you're just looking for a feel-good movie to go watch this weekend, or like there's a romance story in it too. So like if you're looking for a romantic comedy, because it's funny to go watch for Valentine's Day weekend or for Valentine's Day, go. It's not going to be an Oscar like movie, but you'll be entertained. Just don't go expecting it to be the best movie you've ever seen. You know, there are some parts that are going to drag, some parts that you're going to be like, why is that even in here? And you'll enjoy it. Just go with an open mind. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. That's my review of Argyle. And I'm going to go watch it with my girlfriends tomorrow. We are going to go watch it at Flicks, which is one of my favorite theaters to go to. And we have a friend who works there, so he was able to get us some really good seats. And that's my plan for tomorrow evening, and I'm really excited. For now, I'm going to film this video for y'all, hang out with y'all at my lunch hour, and then we are going to go back to work. And then this evening, I'm going to get this video up for y'all, and then that's my plan for today. What are y'all doing this weekend? Anything fun? Super Bowl? Anybody have any horse in this game? I don't have a horse in this game. I'm a Jets fan, so I'm always out like super early in the season. I had high hopes at the beginning of this season, but then obviously that fell through. So I'm used to it. My heart is broken every year. So I'm a Jets and a Mets girl, so my seasons always end pretty early. So I'm used to it. Yeah, I'm used to it. Okay, y'all. I am gonna get started on this. Oh, somebody asked last week. Y'all, I promise I'm not ignoring your comments. My life is so busy, so chaotic. I don't even know which way is up right now. I know I have comments and I hope to respond to some of them tomorrow while Nathan is working on my car because he's still working on my car. So many different projects. It's not like one big project. He's just trying to do all the little things the dealership said I should do. He's just trying to do them all a little bit at a time, and he's an amateur, so it's taking him longer than it would take like a professional. But he's doing a good job on all of them, and it's saving me a ton of money, so I really appreciate it. But he's just doing little projects here and there in his free time, and so he's working on my car like all of the time. So while he's working on my car tomorrow morning, weather permitting, I will hopefully actually I need to film my January closeout. Finally got my January budget closed out, which when I lower myself, I will show you that I finally set up some categories in here, my budget tabs, which, sorry, somebody just messaged me on my work computer. I hadn't done until I was trying to close out my January budget. And then I'm going to try to film that and then respond to comments. That is my plan for tomorrow morning / Sunday afternoon. Other than that, I'm giving myself the weekend off because I know I need to do those things. But other than that, taking the weekend off, hanging out with my girls, and that's it. Somebody asked me what the they can't see sticker is for. So if you are new, welcome. There were a couple of times that I forgot to shrink myself because y'all can see me. I'm giant. I'm covering this whole thing. I can't see me. What I see is just my screen, my YNAB screen. So there were a couple of times that I forgot to shrink myself into the corner before I started recording my budget, and I did my whole budget and y'all couldn't see a single thing I was doing. So I wrote this sticker and I stuck it on my screen to remind myself to pause and shrink myself because the editing software that I am using now is different from the one that I was using previously. The one I was using previously, I could see what y'all could see. I could see myself, and then I could also shrink it and move the video feed, like the camera feed, while without pausing. This software does not allow me to do that, so it was very frustrating. Like literally brought me to tears more than one time, which a lot of y'all got to witness, and I am sorry for that, but I've come to terms with it. I really do actually very much like the rest of the software. I just don't like this aspect of it. And if they would just fix this one aspect of it, it would be a fantastic software. I just don't know if I can get over this one part of it. But anyway, that's what this sticker is for. The sticker is for myself to remind myself that y'all can't see what I see. You just see me. So I have to put this here so that it's not sticky enough to put on my screen anymore, so I leave it on my keyboard, but it still is a visual reminder for me that you can't see me. And Libby, I have seen your comments about the cache, and I did try it again, and it just, it's just not for me. I'm trying, I tried. I even did put it in separate envelopes this time. I like pulled them out of, because I was doing, I don't know if you remember, but I was doing like a cashless cash stuffing there way back in the day where I was trying to do like the fake cash. So I like pulled these out and I was trying and I pulled just a little bit out. It just, my brain doesn't do it. I forget which is which, and then I'll like still forget that I have cash and I'll use my card, and then I'll have all this extra cash and I've used all my dining out money on my for the category, but I already drew it out in cash, and then I'll compensate and then I'll use it for something. It just didn't work. It just did not work for me. I'm going to stick with digital. I prefer digital. It works better for me. I might every once in a while pull something out in cash just so I have some cash because I do like the idea of having cash in my hand for some things. But overall, I much prefer digital. I like having my cards paid off and getting rewards for them. Like I just got almost $20 worth of cash back on my HEB card that I used to pay for groceries the other day. That's just free money. I was going to buy the stuff that I bought. I used my HEB card to pay for, HEB is the grocery store by me. I used it to pay for my groceries, and I was going to buy groceries anyway. And then when I pay that card off, because I pay my cards off every single week, I get points for all the food and items that I purchased at the grocery store. And then at the end of my statement balance, they give me cash back. I use that cash back to pay off my statement balance. So I'm just getting, and disclaimer, do not use credit cards if you cannot pay them off in full. This is not me advocating credit cards for everybody. It took me a very long time. It took me YNAB. It took me this app to become a responsible user for credit cards. But now that I prefer using them because I'm able to get the cash back and use them responsibly. So that's just my preference. I do really appreciate you looking out for me and telling me what works for you. And I'm never opposed to trying new things. I wasn't gonna draw out my whole like budget in cash and try it because I know me well enough to know that that was a bad idea. But I did try, like I pulled out a couple $100s for like different categories and I tried it, but it just confused me and my brain doesn't do well with cash. So maybe I'll try it again in a year or so, but for right now, it just didn't work for me. But thank you. And I will respond to your comment. I saw it when you said it and I tried it, but I'm not there yet. So without further ado, I'm going to pause. I'm going to shrink myself. We'll get into this week's budget. I actually don't have very much to budget today, so this won't take very long. Other than the ramblings at the beginning of the video. Like always, I'll be right back. Okay, I am here. So for dining out, you can see I did a little bit better last week. I did a little bit better than I did in January. I'm trying. So if you're new, I was trying to do a low spend January with my friend Liz over at Budget and Balance and my friend Michael over at Midlife Money Moves. We were all trying to do low spend Januaries. I think they did much better than me. Honestly, I haven't even watched YouTube this week, so I haven't seen their January closeout videos. I need to go watch them. But I'm sure they did better than me because I did awfully. But I rolled my January low spend into February. I'm continuing my low spend into the month of February, which is why this says take two. I'm doing a take two in the second month. So I'm going to try to cut out as much as I can in my dining out and my grocery categories. Spend as little as possible. That being said, I'm still filling them. And then whatever is left in them will just stay in those categories until the end of the month. And then I'll roll them into whatever category I feel needs it. It was going to be my debt, but it may now be my vacation because I booked my some of my travel plans for June. Nathan's oldest son is graduating from high school and college in June. He is graduating at the same time with high school and college with an associate's degree. So I am planning to go up to Washington State where he lives to watch him graduate from college. He's not planning to walk for his high school graduation, but he is planning to walk for his college graduation. So I do want to go watch him. For those of you who don't know, who are newer, I have lived with Nathan for almost 11 years, and I have known his kids since they were 4 and 6. And so I've known him since he was 6 years old. So while he is not my child, I have been a part of his life for a very long time. So with him graduating, I feel very close to him. I'm like his aunt. I'm going to go watch him graduate, Lord willing, as long as I can get there. So I booked Nathan and I are going to split a Verbo. I found an apartment that we can share. That was about the same price as a hotel. And since I have celiac, I thought it would be nice to have a place with a kitchen. It was cheaper than finding a hotel room with a kitchen in it. But it was cheaper than finding a hotel room with a kitchen. It was obviously about the same price as finding a hotel room without a kitchen in it, but this way we had a kitchen and it would save us money on eating out all the time, and it would probably save money on for me, because of the celiac, it'd be easier for me to like make my own food. So anyway, I thought this would be cheaper. So it's only about $500 for the 3 or 4 nights we're going to be there, and we're going to split that. But I've already booked it, so I have to pay for it because I like to pay my cards off. This is the one exception where I'm going to pay it off at the end of the month instead of at the end of the week, because I want to see how much money I can save, and then I'll move money around at the end of the month to pay for it. So that's my plan for this. But because I'm going. So we'll figure it out. I remember because I was talking about my low spend. I was like, well, why was I even talking about June? That's in June. So that's happening in June. But for right now, I have $12.07 left from last week's dining out. I am going to add my usual 40 for the week. So that will give me that gives me $52.07 for this week. Groceries, I give myself $100 a week. I was able to save $30.09, so I'm going to add another 100 this week. I am planning to go to a Super Bowl party on Sunday, so I need to pick up some stuff to make some awesome sauce, which is my version of creamy jalapeno ranch, which is amazing and I love it. I have some of the ingredients. I need to pick up a couple of more, and then I'll pick up some veggie straws because I love veggie straws and to dip. So I need to pick up a couple of those things plus actual groceries for the house. So fun money, I give myself $10 every week. When I go to the movie tomorrow, this will be the money that I use for whatever food I order there. Ecclesial expenses, I do $80 a week. $60, this is my church donation. $60 for the donation that goes into the bag and $20 for a meal afterwards. I drew $60 out last week in cash, but then I ended up not using it at all because they didn't pass the donation bag around at my mom's church. And then I was going to use it to go out for a meal with my mom and my nephew. And my uncle ended up paying for our food because we went with my uncle and aunt and my cousin. And my uncle paid for our lunches. So I still have that cash. So I'm only going to put $20 in here just to cover in case we go out for a meal after church. I don't think that we will because, like I said, I'm going to a Super Bowl party after this, like on Sunday evening, and I have to make awesome sauce and not planning to go out. But if people are going, I would like the option available to me. So I will put that in there. Coffee, I give myself $15 every week to refill my Dutch Brothers app. So I'm going to put that in there. Like I said, I did go buy coffee for my neighbor. Not coffee, but a smoothie. And I bought it, but I used Giving for that this morning. And that was already in there, so it's not something I had to fill this morning. That's all I'm going to put in there for this section. That's all that gets filled every week. These others only get filled either on a paycheck a week or on the beginning of the month. So these have already been filled for right now. I did get gas last week because I went and saw my mom, and so everything in here is as full as it's going to get for right now. Oh, yeah, I still have $21.67 left in Giving. I put $100 in here a month. It's the 9th. I don't know if I've mentioned that I do a lot of giving. Okay, so for once a month, those are my bills. The only bill I have this week is my OneDrive, and I put $10 a month in here. And then I have that Elevate Recovery that's going to come out, and I think I put that in medical. I don't know that I actually I'm just gonna put $140 in here. Um, that's that old debt that crawled out of the woodwork last month, and I am actually it came out today. I got a notification from PayPal, but I guess I didn't like set it up as a payment that was gonna come out, so I need to just tell it that that came out. So I'm gonna say today, Elevate. Oh, I need to move my that you can't see sticker. ELE, there it is. And this was 2 of 2. This is from St. David's in 2019. 2 of 2, and there was 140. And I'm going to say save. Okay, so that came out today. And did you see that turn green? This is how YNAB uses credit cards. You saw me put $140 into my medical expenses. I told it that I had $140 to spend on medical. Now it says I have $0 to spend on medical because I just told it that I charged $140 to my credit card. Well, it says you no longer have this $140 here to spend on medical expenses. You've already spent it. Now you have $140 available to pay your credit card bill. So if you look, this $140 that I originally scheduled to be able to spend on medical expenses is now available to pay my credit card bill. It's up here in my credit card section. That is how YNAB works with credit cards. That is how YNAB has kept me able to keep all of my credit cards at a $0 balance. This is how I can come in here every Thursday when I close out my budget and pay all my credit cards to zero. That's how that works. It's mind changing. It's life changing. This is how YNAB does credit cards, and how it just changes it changes your entire mindset of credit cards. All of my money that I put on toward groceries, if I used my HEB card, my PayPal card, my Venmo card, whatever card I used to pay for groceries or to pay for dining out or to pay for whatever I pay for it takes the money that I have scheduled to have available in that category and says, you no longer have it available in this category. You now only have it available in the category to pay for your credit card. So it just works. It just works so well. If you're not using YNAB and you are struggling with credit cards, I highly suggest that you try this. And yes, it is a paid subscription, but it's cheaper than credit card interest. I can tell you that much. It's only $100 a year, which is a lot, but it's like $10 a month. It's less than $10 a month, and that's if you're probably paying more than that in credit card interest. I know I was paying way more than that in credit card interest. So if you want to try it out, you can try it out for 34 days for free by using the link in my description box below. You don't put any information in, so you don't put any credit card or checking information in. They can't charge you for it. If you forget to cancel it, you just stop signing in if you don't want it. And then at the end of 34 days, it just goes away. If you do like it and you decide you want to try and sign up for it at the end of the 34 days, that's when you would put in your credit card information to sign up for the subscription. And then you would get an additional 30 days for free if you've used my link. So you would get 64 days for free for using my link. And then they would send me 30 days for free as well. So thank you very much. If you want to try it out. I love it. I honestly can't say enough good things about it, but I know it's not for everybody. A lot of people are pen and paper people, I am both. I am a combination of both, which is why I still write it down first on the Budget Moms book, and then I put it in here. But I'm not a cash person, so the YNAB just works so much better for me for actually tracking everything. Anyway, that's my YNAB ramble. But anyway, that's how credit cards work. And since I actually had a real life example of y'all watching that happen, I figured this was the perfect opportunity to show you. So that was my $140 for that old debt that popped up. That paid that old debt off. Hasn't shown up on my credit, so hopefully it never will. They said they weren't going to. So that's that. Those are my only bills. That's my only debt. Actually, that's it. That's all I have. So that is everything. And that's it. All right, I am going to move the rest of this. $852.58 is going to go to next week. So every dollar gets a job. That's rule number 1 of YNAB. That's rule number 1 of like zero-based budgeting. But since I am paid bi-weekly, but I budget weekly, one of the jobs for my dollars is to go be next week's budget. So this money here is going into my next week category. So I'm going to put $852.58 into my next week category. So when y'all come back next Friday and watch me budget out next week's paycheck, because I will get paid next Friday, I will add this money to it, and we will be set. That's all I have. That was actually probably one of my shortest YNAB videos ever. All right, y'all. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I hope whoever you're rooting for in the Super Bowl wins, which unless everybody's rooting for the same team, I don't know how that can happen, but I hope it does. I hope everybody wins. I hope you have a relaxing weekend, and if you go see Argyle, let me know what you think. I hope you like it. All right, y'all. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're interested in following my journeys, subscribe. Come along with me. I'd love to have you. And hopefully I'll talk to you in the comments, because I'm going to try to respond to them all. I love you. I appreciate you all so much, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Somewhere there's a button. There.